beautiful souls. How are everyone today? I'm here with Melissa Olson, my co-host for our Sovereign Alignment podcast. We are so excited to bring this information to you. And today we're just going to tell you a little bit about who we are and why we created this podcast and how it's going to help you and kind of how you can follow us. So I'm going to hand it over to Melissa to introduce herself and who she is as I look to see if we have any comments.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. I'm so excited that Brenda joined me on this adventure. My name is Melissa Olson, and I am a board certified traditional naturopath. I basically give people answers to their health questions using nature. Nature is the best way to do this. We want everybody to live in a vibrant, healthy, thriving body so that we can grow, so that we can ascend, so that we can create this wonderful, beautiful existence in front of us. So that's what I do. This is my joy. This is what I do for a job, and this is what I really love.
Awesome.
If anybody wants to connect with me, they can visit my private Facebook group at Naturally Vibrant You. They can look at my website at vibrantwellcare.net.
Awesome. We got some people. I just want to say hi to Darla, to Jane. Thank you for joining us. And most of you know who I am, but I help teach spiritually sensitive female entrepreneurs to overcome self-sabotage so that they can intuitively step into their purpose with a plan and create radical spiritual and mindset alignment so they can really step into their goddess self and be fulfilled in this life's journey, which is what we are experiencing right now. So why did we create this? You know, part of the reason that I wanted to do this, and, you know, we know that coming together is always a greater energy than it is doing something alone. And Melissa and I are really on the same page spiritually and energetically. I think we were soul sisters, definitely, and probably spent some lives together doing the same thing that we're doing today.
Yep. Where two or more gather.
Right. And there's more energy in, you know, having us together than us separately. So we wanted to create this podcast to help you understand spirituality, help you understand what you're going through in this time, because it is a very interesting time that we're going through. Melissa, you want to add to that?
The world just, it seems like it's crazy. I see people having different experiences within the same environment. It's really wild. And it's just nice to have some tools and some ways to navigate all of that. And that's kind of what we hope to share, or just the tools that we use personally, the tools that we teach our clients on how to navigate this world so you can continue to enlighten your goddess self. You can continue to live that vibrant life and not get pulled down into the yuck.
Yeah, because there's so much of that going on. And we want you to understand that you don't have to be in that place. There's a very beautiful place that we can all be. And it's just understanding how to get there. And you can enjoy this life. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't, you can manifest anything that you really desire in this timeline. It's just, you have to know how to do that. And we're going to help teach you how to move through this time and, you know, be really connected with who you are as a soul self, connecting to that goddess self, because we were all meant for more. We were all meant for so much more than what we're experiencing, but we have to learn how to let go of the restraints that have been holding us back from that experience.
Yep. And I think it's difficult for people to understand what those restraints might be, because we've never been taught any of this information. Right. This is really, I don't want to say it's revolutionary because it's not new, but it's so radical and so different from the way we have been taught that I think people need some tools and some guidance and some just shared experience on how to do this.
Right. And we're here to come from both of our perspectives. Melissa's coming from, more of the physical, natural, remedies, things like that. And I'm
Yep.
coming from more of the mindset and helping bring the two of those things together because they're so important as you're going through your experience, is to having all of the pieces to the puzzle to be able to create that. So that's, kind of why we wanted to come together with both of our information so that we can take you to a higher vibrational timeline. And you don't have to live that doom and gloom timeline does not
Right.
have to be reality. And we want to teach you how to be able to move your energy into that space where you can have this magical experience in your human experience here on earth right now.
Right, exactly. We can't create something new, something better, something more spectacular if we stay in the place that we were, right? We need to move forward. Higher vibration foods, higher vibration medicines, higher vibration partners, higher vibration experiences in order to create that joy that we are really all craving.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what. So, what will they experience?
I think at the beginning, many people are going to experience some disbelief, some surprise. They may feel down maybe at some of it, but that's not the intent, right? This is really, really hopeful and positive and exciting. But because of all the disbelief and the shock and the I don't know what to do, maybe a little overwhelmed sometimes happens. But we're here to help you navigate through that so that you can come out stronger and better and more joyful on the other side.
And I think that, it's sometimes hard to understand that we have to go through the shadow work to get to the other side. I mean, we're seeing that right now on the planet.
Yeah.
That we're going through the shadow of the planet to be able to help us move into this ascension energy where it's very freeing.
Yes.
And we're here to kind of help you move through that process. And so you might experience some of that stuff. And we are like, we're going to be on our YouTube channel and we'll give you the information for that. Our first video is talking about sovereign alignment, and we'll be, giving you the link. I'll put it below the video here today, and you can go to the YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe to that channel as we are helping, get the message out into the world right now. So we are going to be starting, we have a Patreon page started. So there will be more information coming on that and what that looks like. So we're working on that as well. If you have topics that you would like to hear more about, post them so that we know what it is that you would like to learn more about. Mm-hmm. That's what we're here to do, is to help teach you how you're going through this awakening and what is sovereign alignment. And we'll talk about that in the video, because we were all meant to be free. And we have lived in an enslaved planet for way too long. And it's time for us to be free of all of those restraints. And that's what we're here to help you do.
And I think that the way that we do that is by all coming together, by working together. It's not one person leading the charge. It's all of us sharing our information and working together and providing resources and just helping each other come through this. So this is a big community effort.
Well, and that's what we're going back to, is communing. We don't have to do this alone. That's what duality created. It created this separation. And this is what we're coming back to, is we're bringing everybody back together in community. And that's partially why Melissa and I are working together, is we're starting to bring the community back. And it's so important that we come together in this time instead of separating. As you're
Yes.
seeing all of that happening, you're seeing it out there. And the, part of the agenda is to create that duality of separation.
Yes.
And
Little pockets of people individually are not powerful. All of us together are a force to be reckoned with.
right. Yeah. And I want to encourage you, if you have any comments or questions, post them below and we will go back and answer them. And we're here to help you grow in your spirituality
Yep.
and learn a lot of things. We have a lot of stuff in our back pockets that we haven't even talked about.
Oh, we've got
And,
so many fun things planned. I can't wait.
right. So it's an exciting time to be alive.
Yeah.
And we're going to teach you how to move through that in that space so that you're not feeling pulled down and in a space of darkness when you can actually move into a space of light.
Yes.
So we'll talk about frequency. We will
Yes.
talk about the awakening. I mean, our first few videos are going to be about what awakening is. We talked about it in the group before. You're going to get it from both our perspectives. So we'll be going more into that. We'll be talking about timelines and agendas and anything that you have questions about as well. So your questions help us create content. So I encourage you to, put something in the comments so that we know what you're concerned about and we can address it and help you move through that space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll really talk about the whole package. We'll talk about the body, right? That's one of my areas that I love to share with people. We'll talk about how your physical body relates to your spirituality, how your spirituality relates to your physical body. We'll talk about just everything, all of the things that interfere, that can get in the way, all of the things that you can use as tools, everything to motivate you and encourage you and move you forward.
Yeah, the mind, your frequencies. And, as we move through this, manifestation is part of all of this process because we're creating our reality. But if you don't know how to do that, you have to learn the tools. We're all capable of creating exactly what we desire. And it's
happening faster and faster and faster right now. So I think we'll talk a lot about current events too. Like, what are the energies that are shifting right now, and how can you benefit from them? Right? How can you navigate them? How can you benefit from them to create your joy?
Yeah, because I think it's important to understand a lot of this. There's so much confusion out there right now, and no one understands, who am I supposed to be listening to? What's right? What's wrong? I want you to do your own research, right? Because it starts here, and it's like, bring that into your soul self and ask the question, is this true? Is it true for me? Because what's true for
I ask my kids that all the time. They're like, well, how do I know? I'm like, you just sit quiet, you take a big breath, you close your eyes, you ask Jen, instantly you will know the answer, because you will feel it in your heart, you will remember it. Your being will remember it. And they're like, it's that easy? Yes, it can be that easy if you can clear the clutter that's up here.
Well, and that goes back to alignment, right? It's being aligned with your soul self. And we're going to help you move through that process. So Rochelle has a question here. I'm wondering why I haven't been eating as much and why things I used to love are making me nauseous. And no, I'm not pregnant.
Oh, that's a fantastic question. I actually run across that a lot. So as our bodies shift in frequency, your liver is the organ that makes food into you. It takes the frequency of your food and turns that into you, okay? So from a purely physical standpoint, take care of the liver, the digestion will improve. But those of us who are shifting frequency always up and up and up and up, and we're working that system, right? We always need to do a liver cleaning, a liver detox, because our foods are not going to match our vibration. We need to eat more whole foods. You'll find that more fresh foods are going to resonate with you better. We've always been told that fruits are really not good for you, and that is so not true. Whole, fresh fruits are spectacular. And as a sovereign ascending being, you will need less 3D dense food to nourish your body. So that is a really common concern.
Ooh, I feel another podcast coming on.
Yeah, right.
That's a
So
whole
how about
subject.
more clean, fresh water with just a little bit of fruit in it is one of the best things. And that will be enough to nourish you for periods of time.
And she's also asking, are there certain vitamins that we should be taking right now?
You know, most people are fairly nutrient deficient in all of them. All of them. Our food has been hijacked for a number of years now. So I would say if you can find, and if you want a recommendation, I have several, but just a really powerful, big, broad spectrum multivitamin that's got minerals, essential fatty acids. Glutathione is critical right now because that's that liver health one. Yeah, those are the basics.
So can you tell people how to find that? Like, you have that on your website, I believe, right?
I do. I have what's called an essential wellness kit on my website. And it includes every nutrient your body needs. So if you don't want to eat food, this will do it. This will do it. It's called the Essential Wellness Kit. And if you go to the vibrantwellcarestore.com, and you'll need a password because it's private and it's my personal inventory. Your password is Vibrant Wellcare, and you can go there and check it out, and you'll see all the different nutrients and things that are needed. Again, it's called the Essential Wellness Kit.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. I think we all need that right now as we're supporting, because you got to remember that there's a lot of frequency happening, right? And as we're shifting and ascending our physical body, we have to take care of our physical body and support it. So that goes back to, I always talk about self-care, and it goes back to taking care of you first. What do you need to support your body through this ascension process?
Mm-hmm. Well, and from the ascension perspective, those energies, they're stressful. I mean, they're positive. We want them to happen, but they do cause a level of stress on our bodies. And the more stress your body physically is under, the more nutrients it's going to use up.
Yeah, totally. And I think everybody's experiencing stress right now with everything that's happening and all of that. So yeah, I think it's really important that we're taking care of our physical body first, because that's what's supporting you. That's what will help you move through the ascension. It will help with the ascension sickness, right?
Oh, absolutely. Right? Absolutely. It can bring those symptoms down to minimal, to the point where you notice it. You can ride those energies, but they don't have to take you down for the day.
Right. Yeah, I think it's important that we're supporting ourselves through this, not only mentally, but physically. So this is an important time for us to figure it out. And, maybe we do another podcast about nutrition and how we can actually help people move through this from that perspective as well.
Right. So if the goal is to ascend into your light body, right, your entire physical being has to transform into something else. Right? Yeah. Something higher, lighter. And how do we do that if we're full of chemicals, or if we're not eating the right foods, or if we're completely toxic from metals or vaccines or some of those other things? How is our physical body supposed to transcend to that 5D space? It can't if it's full of those dense 3D chemicals.
Exactly. So Rochelle's another question. She says, I keep waking up at 2 a.m. every morning. What is that?
Liver.
See, this is what we're talking about. It's crazy.
100%. It's your liver. Yep. Yeah. The Chinese knew this about 5,000 years ago, and it's called the Chinese body clock. Anything between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning is always liver. So what happens is your liver is supposed to clean during that time. And if it doesn't, your adrenal glands will fire to say, hey, liver, wake up.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So now you're awake, and your liver is still not doing its job.
Yeah.
So it's not efficiently cleaning your body and helping you digest your food the way it needs to. Yeah.
I think that's so important. It's all this combination, and that's what we're going to be talking about, is bringing all of it together so that you're creating
Right.
the greatest vessel that you can during this process.
I find that people who are very spiritual tend towards the natural healing arts, and people who are more involved with the natural healing arts tend to be more spiritual, because we can. It's a natural combination.
Yeah, there's a combination of that. And Rochelle says that makes sense, but I'm going to miss Chinese food. Now
okay, see, Brenda, I told you a long time ago we were going to have to do a cookbook, and I'm not kidding.
Right?
It's the Goddess Body Cookbook, because we're going to have to teach people, what are we going to eat now?
Yeah. Well, and I've talked to other people, and even for myself, that I found that what I used to eat, I don't even want anymore. As your frequency starts rising, I think your body, if you're listening to your body knows what's good for it. It's
yes.
your mind that starts controlling, and it's getting out of that mind and really going, again, it's about going inward, and it's listening to your body. Right. Because we know that the C word is all about, we haven't been listening to what our body has been telling us, because it was warning us all along.
Yeah.
So that's about clearing up the space so that we can do that. And that's part of the ascension as well.
Mm-hmm. So, well, and there's a lot of natural healing arts where you actually ask the body, what does it want? And muscle testing, kinesiology, the Quest machine that I use to talk to people's bodies, but your body can't lie to you. And your body has a spectacular connection with your higher self and with your goddess self. And you can communicate with your higher self through your body as well. So we need to keep it being a clean, like you said, a clean vessel.
Right. So Sandy has a question. She says, I am feeling free of anxiety lately. I'm using 750 milligrams of CBD twice a day. I connect with the recent death of my 92-year-old dad. Can this be understood that way?
Yes. Yes. Anxiety is always about the future.
Yes.
My experience. It's about the future. We're afraid of what's to come or what is going to happen. We're not afraid in this moment, right? If we sit quiet, and this is the inner work again, if we sit really quiet and be with ourselves and be in the present moment and just acknowledge present things, we'll realize that in this very second, we're good.
Right.
Right? Anxiety is about future stuff. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Depression is about the past. Anxiety is about the future.
Yep. And it's always living in the now, because in the now is when we're creating our reality. I mean, everything that we are thinking, our thoughts and our feelings in this very moment, it's what's creating our reality.
That creates your future.
It creates the future. So it's so important for you to be in control of them and understand them.
I like to think of it like a magnet. So all of these things that I'm afraid of, I'm actually putting that vibration out there. I'm putting that energy out there. I'm afraid of this thing or that person or that event. But as I continue to put that frequency out there, it magnetizes that very thing right back to me.
Yes. Yeah.
And so we need to try to practice, and that's hopefully some of the things that Brenda and I will work on with you, is how to put out those wonderful things that you truly desire and magnetize that back to you.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. I think that we've come to a conclusion for today. We've kept you for long enough. And I want to be able to, help you in any way possible. So, your comments and your input helps us. So create for you. So please feel free to come to the channel on YouTube at Sovereign Alignment, and click on that subscribe button so that you get all the videos when they're released. Turn on the bell and you will be notified. And that's where we're going with this. It's going to be an amazing journey. We're very excited for this.
It's a fun ride.
And Sandy says, perfect. I love the support. Thank you for being with us today.
This is our joy to do this. So we're so excited that it's a value and a benefit for everybody else.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. So if you need to connect with Melissa further, it's Vibrant Wellcare.
VibrantWellcare.net is my website. You're welcome to friend me on Facebook and private message me if you've got specific questions. My private Facebook group where I do a lot of health training and health coaching is Naturally Vibrant You, and that's on Facebook.
Right. And if you guys kind of know how to connect with me, but you can go to my website, is harmonic-spirit.com. And if you want to book a soul discovery session, it's under appointments. The programs are in there. My training vault has now been launched. So all of my programs are in a vault, and you can go. There's free stuff in there. There's paid programs. There's everything that you want to look at is in that vault. So, and you can also private message me or, find me on this channel here too as well.
I'm excited.
I am excited. Thank you for joining us today. And we will post the first link to the first podcast below. And we look forward to seeing you very soon. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.